Okay, thank you. I'm Bill. I'm from the School of Language and Culture, and I'm a PhD salesman here because I'm selling my ideas. And would you buy some? Well, today my topic is mobile learning, and let's discuss how we can observe mobile learning. And actually, this presentation is a part of my PhD research, or more specifically, it's part of my data collection. It's just a very fragmental. Mobile learning, this term, it became a recognized term on a global scale in around 2005. Despite its short history, mobile learning has witnessed a rapid growth in recent years. The advancement of mobile technology has been offering exciting opportunities, and the deep penetration and great popularity in the new generation of digital natives can be seen everywhere. It is omnipresent around us in our daily life. Why it is so popular, in my view, the great potential lies in the high-level portability and personalization. Mobile learning can be highly portable and truly personal. And we have a lot of other adjectives to describe this trend. For example, unplugged, wireless, ubiquitous, opportunistic, spontaneous, and etc., etc. It's a cliche, but I also, still I have to say that the benefits are a double-edged sword. Because the process of mobile learning tends to be on the move, so it can be largely informal and fragmented across different time and location. To a teacher in a traditional setting, the process of mobile learning is largely uncontrollable and unobservable. This leads to a very big concern. How can we observe mobile learning, and further, how can we evaluate it? The problem has been, always with you, has been described like this in detail. Mobile learning differs from learning in a classroom or on a desktop computer in its support for education across contexts and life transition, even life transition. This poses substantial problems for evaluation if the context is not fixed and if the activity can span from formal to informal, blah, 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 blah. The difficulty in observation and evaluation of mobile learning can be the major reason why mobile learning is not considered as a sound approach to education. Some educators may argue, they may challenge, okay, I can see that mobile learning is very popular, so what? If it is really helpful, it is really effective, just show me the evidence. Show me the evidence of better performance, or better learning outcomes. So researchers on mobile learning have to deal with this problem. This problem has to be addressed. And here I would like to offer a few options with my own comments, and I will show you my way in my PhD study. Option 1, gathering. The teacher may call up a few students and tell them, okay, bring your own device and learn with the devices, and I will just watch you aside. It is possible, and the teacher may set some tasks for the students to do and do a pre-test or post-test. These are just a common practice in our studies on education. But you can see that all the activities has to be done in a fixed place at a scheduled time. Apparently, this is not in the spirit of mobile learning because it's not on the move. It's fixed. It's stationary. It's traditional. Option 2, following, this is on the move. This time, the teacher is no longer the center, but just follows a student. Whenever the student takes out smartphone the teacher may approach, ideally without any interruption or being noticed. And to check if the student is learning with a mobile or not, I may take some notes. I didn't say stalking. I didn't say stalking, but following. But it is quite apparent that this is illegal and it's impossible, right? Option 3, video recording. This is technically feasible because we can do it with a camera or with screen recording software. But in my view, video recording can be rather embarrassing, and it's more importantly, may not capture the real behavior of real users. For example, if you are shopping, you can see some warning signs on the wall, right? The friendly ones may say, "Okay, smile. You're on camera. I'm on camera now." And the scary ones may say, "This area is under CCTV surveillance. Any shoplifting will be prosecuted," right? Have you got such experience? Yeah. Personally, I don't like it. I'm not happy, and I will not be comfortable if I have to learn in such a monitored environment. It's feasible, but not so good. And option 4, automatic logging. Here, I'm not talking about timber or wood. the term log, a log is used to keep tracking of computer use, and automatic logging means the machine records the required information of machine use. And this method is thought to be an effective way to collect use data of mobile devices. Actually, you can see that all the previous options are just for fun, joking, and this is the only way I recommend for mobile learning research. Here I will show you how I used this method to do my PhD study. My PhD project was designed to provide mobile-based language reference for pre-university students. The participants into my research, they were just encouraged and requested to use the apps developed by me to find examples of target words, just like looking something up in a dictionary. And this research features need-oriented and feedback-based development and improvement of mobile apps. It involved 4 weeks, 4-week basis cycles of volunteer use on the 4-week basis. And here you can see the procedure. And this is a typical fragment of the apps I collected, logs I collected. By special programming, I ordered the machine to record the information I need, including the session time and length, like this time of login and logout here. Ooh, couldn't find it. I couldn't find the pointer. Should be that one, right? Should be that one. Okay. Okay, sorry, here. And I can get information on the exact date here, and the weekday here, and here. Here, 3 stands for Wednesday. And I can also know the target words they looked up. Here include. This word was looked up repetitively. From the statistics of these logs, some interesting findings can be reached. For example, the median number of distinctive queries was about 5. That means a typical user of the apps, they looked up around 5 different words. Considering the time length, 4 weeks, this is not satisfactory. And the 2 apps were not so engaging, not so attractive to learners. At the same time, as many eyes 98 distinctive target words were looked up by the 40 participants, which indicates that their needs for vocabulary reference and learning varied quite a lot. And the target words include some very advanced ones. Yeah, just a vocabulary check. Cardiovascular and chronology, memento, misogyny, misogyny, you know that? I couldn't remember, what does this mean? Memento. I couldn't remember. I don't know. Yeah. In addition, over 80% of the sessions were less than 5 minutes, which means the procedure of mobile learning was quite informal, because in a traditional classroom, this cannot be possible. Because you may be very sleepy, you may be absent-minded in a classroom here, like here, but you cannot say, okay, I just want to learn for 5 minutes, and then I want to go out, and just let me out. It's impossible, but in mobile learning setting, it's possible, and it's all at your own discretion. And also, we can have some convergent trends in terms of the time of app use. For example, here, the darker line stands for phase 1, and the lighter one represents phase 2. We can see that the middle of the week, especially on Tuesday, it was a good time for intensive learning. And it was also followed by a sharp decrease on Wednesday or Thursday. And on the two ends of the week, on Monday and on Friday, students were less motivated to learn, and even sometimes not even as frequent as on weekends, here and here. In a day, I divided the time from 8 a.m. to 12 a.m. into 6 pieces, 6 segments, each for 3 hours. And we can see that the morning here and the afternoon were the major periods for learning. But I would like to invite your attention to the late night here. It accounted for a considerable share of the time. So, which means this is out of the reach of the classroom education or teacher instruction, and it represents spontaneous, independent, and autonomous learning. Okay, to wrap it up, automatic logging can provide quasi-observation of a mobile learning process without interrupting or distracting the users. And the statistics of the logs can help review some behavioral patterns of mobile users. And finally, something irrelevant. We human beings began to use fire in caves maybe 1 million years ago. But as late as 1777, this guy, French chemist Lavoisier, discovered oxygen and revealed the mystery of burning. This is my attitude. That is exactly my attitude towards mobile learning. Because in history, it is common to use something new before we know it very well. And for mobile learning, we can just embrace it, experience it, and later we can have a better understanding of what it is, what it should be, and what it will be. Thanks for your time and attention.
Thank you very much. Do we have any questions for that?
Yes, please.
Are you talking about which age learners we're talking about?
Pre-university students.
Pre-uni.
Pre-uni, yeah.
So
They were studying.
To come to university immediately, so they'd be like 17, 18.
Yeah, yeah. They were studying in a bridging program at the International House. Yeah, affiliated to AUT.
Choose the major they want to learn
Yeah, they can choose the subject, the discipline of text that they want to learn from. Not here. Yep. That's just part of my data collection, so it's not so comprehensive. I mean, the information is not so comprehensive and complete. Sorry for that. I don't have time to present whole picture of my PhD. Yes, please.
Thank you, Bill. This is the third time I've seen you present on
Yeah.
this, and I've enjoyed very much.
I always do self-plagiarism.
I know. And so I just have a question. You showed the, can you go back two slides?
Two.
You need to go forward from this.
This one?
3 slides from the end. I think you showed a graph.
Graph. Okay. This one? This one?
Graph.
No. Graph.
And
The
the
time.
exact-
The week time of app use, right?
So I understand this is just a snapshot, but if you take this graph at different times
Mm-hmm.
of the year,
Yeah.
at different stages of the semester and so on, you'll get quite different app
Yeah.
usage rates,
Yeah.
won't you? So
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just interested in how you can share what you've done with the people who observe student use of apps at AUT. And
Mhm.
what if you're in discussion with people in student services, for example, the
Yeah.
team and so on?
Mm-hmm. Well, it's not so easy to recruit volunteer participants into my research because it's longitudinal, and for the participants into my research, I was requested not to just interrupt maybe their first orientation week and the final weeks of exams, so I can just enter in the middle of the semester of the program, and maybe each cycle lasted for 4 weeks, so that's in the middle of the program. Yeah, it is idea that mobile learning research can be longitudinal, maybe 1 year, 2 years. Yeah, that's the idea, but not so practical in my case.
Been in touch with anyone.
Yeah,
Who
we
are
have been in
people-
touch.
Yeah, Bill, the question was whether you had been in touch with people
Yep.
doing using mobile
I think it would be interesting for you to compare notes with people at MLC for that.
apps. Yeah.
Mhm.
People observing how students use mobile devices and so on.
Do you know who in CFAT is doing
Mark Northo would be a starting point.
Yeah.
I don't really know.
No.
I'm just aware that they. Tom Cochran. that's
Tom
it.
Cochran.
Yeah.
Yeah.
as well as around mobile learning as well.
I think it would be a good meeting of minds. They
Yeah.
can learn from you, you can learn from them.
At this
Yeah.
point, we're coming to the end of the session.
Yeah.
So I think I've got time for one very short question if anybody has one. In which case I'd like to very much thank Bill and ask you to thank Bill. And on behalf of the University Postgraduate Centre, we have a little
Thank you very much.
presentation for you.
Thank you. Thank you.